but resting with pride. I try to keep it like I'm Texas, got the stop on my side. Girl, you know I'm a saint, so why you giving me hell? My uncle back up on the block and now they begging for bail. He always calling me for paper cause he know I'm the trail. Now I'm eating my McDonald's, I was fresh out of jail. Now I'm made it out of chunk, at least I know I'm up. Boy, thump, like my neighbor's jumper up a pump, pump. Boy, I bump in that Billy Strong, he ain't know he ain't thunk. He just grabbed the punt and made it go down.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Cincinnati Bengals, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
Now from the riverfront of the Ohio, sellout crowd has arrived at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen. Greg, one of the joys of covering the league week in, week out, you watch guys grow and mature, and all of a sudden you turn around and look at the quarterbacks we have in this game. Now we're looking at guys who have arrived at that magic term, franchise quarterback.
Yeah, I think you just have to give a lot of credit, of course, to the player themselves, the work, the ability to invest in themselves to develop, but also in these organizations. They continue to surround these quarterbacks as they've gotten older with better talent, better systems, play to their strengths, maybe protect some of their weaknesses. That's what it takes to play at a high level at the quarterback for a long time in the NFL, and give credit to both these players and both these organizations. I think it's official. They have their quarterback of the future, and the future looks bright.
Here's Evan McPherson. And off we go here in Cincinnati. On the return, it's Kenneth Gainwell. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. And leading them out, their quarterback. It's Jalen Hurts.
I don't know about you, Mike, but my biggest takeaway from our meeting with him was just how important it is that they get off to a fast start. He made it very clear. They wanted to put their opponent on their heels right from the jump. So I think early in this game, they're going to come out swinging right from their opening whistle.
First and 10. Right to the air, it's Hurts. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
On second down, Hurts. That's complete to his big tight end, Dallas Goedert.
Really nice job there defensively, playing the integrity of that zone defense so well. Anytime an offense is running these crossing routes or these underneath drag routes, they're trying to cause confusion with the underneath zone defenders. In this case, they all stuck to their reads, they all played their responsibilities, and they're not able to pick up any additional yards after the catch.
And in motion is Brown. On third down, it's Hurts. He's got the 2021 Heisman winner. That's Devontae Smith. 13 yards on that pass play. Good for an Eagles first down. Hurts again. He finds Jahan Dotson. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. It's a three tight end look as they have it first and 10. First carry for Saquon Barkley. Good running inside the 25. And they are not going to catch up. He's in. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Eagles. Terrific way, Greg, to get this game started. Able to get the opening touchdown and do it with a long run.
Mike, anytime you can create explosive plays in the run game, you're definitely going to take it. And they're going to be able to build on those plays as the rest of this game moves along.
Jake Elliott now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Eagles will take a 7-0 lead. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 2. And with a well-placed kickoff, that's what these new rules can do for you. They're going to be backed up now to start this drive. The Cincinnati offense set to take over for the first time. And they're led by the #1 overall pick in 2021, national champion at LSU, it's Joe Burrow.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback.
He'll find Andre Yusibas.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
Here we go. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. They go play action for Burrow. This one, deep downfield for Chase.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Eagles offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. This one is caught by Dotson. He's close to a 1st down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. 2nd and a yard. They'll run the counter with Barkley. He'll take this for a couple, but the official signal, he has enough. 1st down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. I think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That's caught. Saquon Barkley. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
Hurts to the air on 1st down. That's to the right side. Caught by Goddard. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
They've got it at the 8. First down and goal. To the air again. Hurts. He's got his man. Middle of the end zone. Jahan Dotson. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Greg, offensive coordinators script the start of the game. This script has read perfectly. What a great start for this offense.
It just seems like every play this offensive coordinator dials up is perfectly timed and then perfect. They've been aggressive, they've been efficient right since the start of this one, and I'll tell you what, Mike, if they continue to build on this lead here early, it's going to be a long day for this defense.
This one taken at the 7. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Bengals offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He's going to let it go deep.
You know, Mike, there's the saying in the NFL, take what the defense gives you. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you have to force a ball downfield. Show the defense you are willing to take big shots. Even though they weren't able to connect, it's going to have an impact the rest of the game. Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
Off-balance throw. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points. Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs.
Here we go.
And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
Gun.
They'll send him over to the left. Working out of the gun, Burrow. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
Ready?
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. 1st down and goal. That one taken in. Jamar Chase. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
When you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. To return is Kenneth Gainwell. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That's going to be incomplete. And they'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. To throw is Hurts. The open receiver is Dotson. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play in this opening quarter. On 1st down, it's Hurts. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
You can see here, Mike, the impact that sending your receivers deep does to the defense. You add so many layers, and the defense has to get so much depth in their pass coverage. It leaves a lot of room underneath, and that's exactly what the quarterback takes advantage, tucks the ball down, turns into a runner, picks up the 1st down.
Man in motion is Brown. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. He'll take off again. Hurts will give himself up here at the end, but not before he picks up a 1st down. That's a gain of 14 and a 1st down.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
On play action, Hurts. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely, and results in a completion.
He'll let this go towards the end zone. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver, and it's going to be 3rd down.
The defender saw this the entire way, Mike. He actually ran the route before the receiver even got to his spot. I think they're fortunate this one didn't end up getting picked, going the other way.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Now Hurts. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he's going to go into the end zone on an electrifying run. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Eagles. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. That one is going to hurt the defense. He's looking to throw, can't find anyone, takes off, and Greggy takes it the distance for an exciting touchdown run.
And these are the plays, Mike, that just drive defensive coordinators crazy. You have all of his targets covered up, nowhere to go with the ball, and next thing you know, he gets out of the pocket, takes it all the way with his legs. He's just as dangerous with those feet as he is with his arm.
The extra point by Elliott is good. And the Eagles will take a 21-7 lead. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Here comes a return from the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Jamar Chase headed back out there along with the rest of his Bengal teammates. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in the first half, it's resulted in a big play that is borne out by those eye-popping numbers. They'll come up here first and 10. Pass right side, and Higgins has the catch. That one good for a dozen, and a very quick first down.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand.
Third and a yard.
Here we go.
Burrow from out of the gun here on third down. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. Well, they have not been shy about looking his way in the first half. Already 7 catches, and we've yet to hit halftime.
Here we go.
On first down, Burrow. The middle of the field, that's taken in by Chase. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. The production has been sensational early on. The last catch putting him over 100 receiving yards, and we still have another half to play. It's first and 10. To the sideline, and what a catch, and what a great job to keep the feet alive. Inbounds as good as you can do it. On first and 10, Burrow. Here's a shot toward the end zone.
I could sit up here all day, Mike, and we could talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved the touchdown along the way.
To the sideline, nice job. They pulled that one in, but that is still well short of a first down.
Here we go.
To throw is Burrow. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jamar Chase, and that'll set up fourth down.
A 36-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good, and the Bengals cut the deficit a bit. The new score is now 21-10.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
Britton Covey now on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Eagles offense ready to get back at it. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. Now Hurts, going to call his own number. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be second down. Two minutes remain here in this first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati in a moment. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Hurts will work here from the pistol. Oh, a wide open receiver. It's Smith. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Hurts working in the pistol. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2.
Silver.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And he's going to be taken down.
Well, sometimes as a quarterback, when you decide to pick up those yards with your feet, you got to pay a price. And in this case, he takes a big shot, but not before he's able to pick up that first down.
Well, here's the chance to cap off a great half. They have it first and goal. Dotson, the man in motion. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. So the Eagles will use their first timeout here, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. From the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. They'll run with Barkley. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. They'll run with Barkley. And this time he's in. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. This will be returned from the 2. And they'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. The Bengals offense and Jamar Chase getting set for their next. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Gesicki, the man in motion. A first down throw for Burrow. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
On 2, ready?
Brings up 3rd and 2.
So we've hit halftime, and it's the visitors, the Eagles, and both teams ready to play on, so we'll do the same as we get set for quarter number 3. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The 3rd quarter is underway. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line.
On 1, ready?
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Play action now. It's Burrow. A dive and a catch. Incredible. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a first down in this spot.
And his great game continues, and all game long, Mike, he's really been on the receiving end of a lot of big plays, but I think we might have just seen his best one yet.
And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Trying to get away, but he will not. They finally run him down.
We spent so much time talking about quarterbacks and the special plays that they can make. And, of course, that's a big part of playing quarterback in the NFL. But also, can you avoid the bad plays? Do you know when the fight is over and live to play another down? Don't take that sack. Throw the ball away. Get back out there on third down and give yourself a chance.
Now, Burrow. A very dangerous throw, but somehow it is complete. The Bengals out and ready to punt. And he'll be looking for something better after that poor first punt. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Eagles offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They've definitely outplayed their opponents to this point in the third quarter. Might be looking to grind out some first downs and chew up some valuable time on the clock. He'll be brought down after a short pickup to about the 29. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Hurts. He's going to tuck it and go. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
A first down throw for Hurts. The pressure gets there. He'll go down. There's a penalty flag down as well. This could very well be a hold. Landon Dickerson guilty on that one. Throwing is Hurts. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That's to the sideline and pulled in by Smith.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever. Now it's Hurts. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
So on 4th down, they'll call on Braden Mann to punt. To return is Williams. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. Heading out now, the Cincinnati offense are going to get set to take over once more. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. He'll get rid of it and complete it.
Well, he had such a great first half throwing the football. There's no reason to think, Mike, coming out here for the start of the third, that anything's going to change. He's picked up right where he left off, and the numbers are indicative of just how well he's played.
On one, ready?
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Shot.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense, immediately getting back on track. What do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
Room to maneuver at the 35. And he will score. Jamar Chase. Touchdown, Bengals. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Now the Bengals are going to call the first of their timeouts. McPherson now for the PAT. He knocks it through onto the field. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. To throw is Hurts. He'll get this complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. A tight end in motion now. Hurts going to hold on to this one. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
You know, Mike, early in my time in Carolina, we were kind of on the forefront of this NFL zone read revolution. Cam Newton, one of the best to ever do it. I have seen up close and personal, when you run the zone read the right way, it is a nightmare for a defense to defend.
Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. He's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we'll see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Got to get it to the 28, but now it's 3rd down. Throwing is Hurts. He'll try to run for it.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. There he goes again. You can't beat a running quarterback. Gain of 16 and a first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
They can still get a first down at the 1. First and 10, they go from the 11. And that time, the pressure, too much. He'll go down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
To throw on 2nd down is Hurts. That's a short one, caught by Goddard. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So we are through 3. Back. This a must stop for this defense. Facing 3rd and long. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
On 4th down, it's Jake Elliott time for the Eagles. Officially, it's a 36.
Let's go Bengals.
Elliott's kick is good. And the Eagles will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Out comes Joe Burrow and the Bengals offense to take over once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. T. Higgins, the intended receiver on that one, and it'll lead to a 2nd down. And that ball incomplete over the middle. Oh, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down.
Gun.
Working out of the gun, Burrow. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and
Here we go.
the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Here we go.
We'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
And this is what the offense needed. Now, after that last completion, you still trail here in the 4th quarter. You need scores, and you need scores fast, so they cannot take their time. I wouldn't be surprised to get them right back up on the line of scrimmage and try to score here now that it's 1st and goal.
From 6 yards out, it's 1st and goal. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. And this is incomplete, but it looked like that defender
Offside.
got a head start. Let's check the call. So now, from half the distance closer, here's first and goal.
Here we go.
Now Burrow on the bootleg. That is caught. What a job on the scramble. Jamar Chase. Touchdown, Cincinnati. That is his third touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
McPherson, good on the extra point. And they lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with first and 10. He'll start on the ground with Barkley. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
Bill King.
Hurts. He's going to air this one out, looking for Dotson. That is brought in. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Jahan Dotson. Touchdown, Eagles. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Elliott on now for the PAT. It's up and through. And the Eagles will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. A safe kick taken at the 5. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Terrific return. He's taken down just shy of midfield. The Bengals offense and Joe Burrow set to take over again. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. Here's first and 10.
Here we go.
Burrow now. And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else.
Burrow from out of the gun here on third down. Now a deep ball looking for Brown.
They're lucky to have avoided this mistake here, Mike. In the fourth quarter, with possessions running out, that would have been a critical back-breaking play in this game. And they're going to have second life now after that defender drops the ball. And let's see if they can take advantage of it.
And he's going to have the Bengals first down. They come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving. And then some. Here's Burrow. This one, deep downfield for Chase. That is caught. What a throw. Jamar Chase. Touchdown, Bengals. He has come alive after the break. His third touchdown of the second half. He gets it to go, and the Bengals will come. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. Here's Gainwell to return. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to take over once again. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Hurts. To the left side, it's caught by Brown. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
He'll get this just past the 45 as he's taken down. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
This is the point in the game, Mike. We're on 3rd down. You have to get off the field, and they do a great job. They defend everything in the pass routes, nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, but they don't keep him in the pocket. They let him escape, picks up the 1st down with his legs. They're going to be able to run more time off the clock.
1st and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. So it's a win here for the visiting Eagles. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that is the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and there's no love lost between these AFC North foes. It's the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens, and it's all up next.
Next to some of the northernmost waters of the beautiful Chesapeake Bay, we're at M&T Bank Stadium near Baltimore's Inner Harbor. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. Justin Tucker has this all teed up. And we're underway from the bank. Starting from the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So here come the Bengals, ready for their opening drive. They're led out by the legend over in LSU, the former #1 overall pick in 2020, Joe Burrow.
When Joe Burrow's between the white lines, he's one of the game's best and most entertaining quarterbacks. He just has a cool factor that is the envy of so many. Nothing seems to bother them other than some injuries that unfortunately have ended seasons early. When he's on the field, timing, the anticipation, Kate, the precision with which he plays, he has very few peers.
Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out.
Delay of game, offense.
Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call's going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap.
Still first down. On 1, ready?
So they should be a little prompter in snapping this, you'd hope, Brock, after that delay of game. Bails out of the pocket quick. Going deep right away. And he knocks that one away to prevent a big gain. Now all eyes go to the penalty marker to see who it's against.
Offense.
That play's going to stand as we saw it. The penalty declined, and it's second down coming up. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now.
Here we go.
Burrow from the gun. Flushed out of the pocket. He can run it. Yard. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Excellent pickup to move the chains. 36 yards in the end.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, here we go.
Burrow out of the shotgun. Escapes the pocket. That throw finds Jamar Chase. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals take a 6-0 lead right away. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Evan McPherson on to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bengals will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Ravens nothing.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Deontay Hardy to return. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
A decade plus before Lamar, it was a guy named Michael Vick who was the standard for dual-threat quarterbacks. Well, today, that standard's Lamar Jackson, who at his best is an MVP-caliber player and the most exciting player, not just at his position, but in all of football. And don't let that running overshadow the strides he's made as a passer, too, in the pocket and as a franchise quarterback to build upon.
Jackson looking to throw right away. Dumps it off to his running back. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Let's go.
2nd and 3 now.
180.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48.
Hey, middle.
Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. Second down. Lamar now from the gun. His pass is complete. That's Zay Flowers. And he has this one past the 50 and will start downhill into Bengals territory.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
Now Jackson on third down. He's on, and this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know Pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
The Ravens gonna punt this away, and here's Jordan Stout to handle that boot. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're gonna mark it a little before the 20. Cincinnati headed back out for its second drive now.
On one, ready?
And they take the field exactly where they want it to be, Brock. Up a touchdown early. A little quieter than normal.
I'm not going to lie to you, Kate. I think most quarterbacks, competitors love playing on the road when they do just this. Just quiet them. Right? Turn them against their own team. They were quiet after that opening touchdown. You score another one, you're going to start to murmur, and you might even hear a few bluebirds. He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. First give of the game here to Chase Brown. He'll cobble together a yard there. Give that tackle to Broderick Washington. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
3rd and short, it's Burrow. Buying some time right. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. A quick 3 plays, Brock, and we have arrived at 4th down just like that as he comes through with some contact to break up what looked like a catch.
Hey, guess what, Kate? These guys aren't getting paid by the down defensively. They want to get themselves off the field in as few snaps as possible, and there was no way they were letting this drive extend beyond a 3-and-out.
That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And the Ravens will go on offense. First down, ball at the 36. Drive starts with an option, right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did. Tote the ball himself for a big run.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory.
180.
Throwing now on first down, it's Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Let's go.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Has him on the quick hitter. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. That is caught along the sideline, and he gets the feet down. Wow. Well, 3rd and 15, you don't see many of those picked up, partner, but they found a way.
was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Henry running to the left. Has some space inside the 15. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
To play running back in this league, boy, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Short side option here. He's running left. And he will carry this across for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens reach pay dirt for the first time this game. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. My partner up here is pumping his fist after that one. That is how you run an option as a quarterback. Good read to hang on to it and do it himself.
Yeah, because I could never do that, not even close. But when the defense overplays and you run that option, you get that good 2-on-1, more times than not, they will commit to the more dangerous guy, the running back. But you leave a lane, this quarterback can do some damage as well.
They can go to the locker rooms tied if they put this through. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Ravens tie this game 7-7. That'll be the end of one in this AFC North battle. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. Back to the bank in just a moment. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Cincinnati offense headed out now. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Cincinnati uses its second timeout. They're down to their final one in this half. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Burrow back to throw. On the move, headed right. Now he throws deep across the... He's got it deep downfield. Hits the 20. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals need only one to take the lead. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
McPherson at the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bengals break that tie and now lead by 7. McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Hardy on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. We see the Ravens making their way out now. It's a touchdown ball game right now, Brock. 14-7 as they start this possession. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Yo.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. That's taken in by Henry. This is ahead for about 5. That was Geno Stone up there to make that play.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 34. Finds his man. It's Rashad Bateman. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I'm sure Coach, play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
Go ahead.
Here's Henry on the option. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Stop made by Sam Hubbard. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
180.
Putting a receiver in motion. Here we go, 2nd and 9. Short pass brought in. And they make the tackle at the 38. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
New set of downs for him at the 38.
Alpha, sit hot. 180. Alpha, sit hot.
1st down, here's Lamar. Gets this one to Andrews. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. Mike Hilton getting up there for the tackle.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. And they send a man in motion. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Caught by Flowers. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
All right, I'll set up now. 1st and 10.
180.
Again, it's Jackson to the air. Connects with Bateman. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. Now.
180.
And again, it's Jackson. He's got Andrews. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Oh, he loses the football. And it's a turnover. The defense has it. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
You can almost feel the eyes of those defenders like saucers. They see a quarterback in the open field, and all they want to do is knock him out. Or in this case, knock the ball loose. Job well done.
Out comes the offense for the Bengals. Well, Brock, it only took them one play to reach the end zone last drive. They might have to work a little bit harder this time out.
On one, ready?
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. The final timeout taken by the Bengals. And we'll see how this plays out the rest of this half with none remaining. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Running back sent in motion.
Stop.
On 1st down, here's Burrow. Buys time, rolling right. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Couldn't find Jamar Chase on that throw.
On one, ready?
And now it's 2nd down.
Get set.
Burrow from the gun. Escapes his grasp. He stays up. He tucks it and takes off. And he gets him around 6 there. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm.
Here we go.
Especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it. Able to make something out of nothing and at least keep it moving forward. You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, you should, because quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Return starts from the 45. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. It's going to be a punt of 46 yards. And the Ravens more than happy to take over in enemy territory. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Ready. Set up.
We give to Henry on the inside handoff. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. That was Geno Stone up there to make that play. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
At the Bengals 45-yard line.
And he could have a free play here. Aguilar with the grab. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field.
Defense.
Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach.
Still 2nd down.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Play fake. Jackson. Bateman hauls it in. Ooh, play didn't develop like he needed. He goes out behind the line.
I got to be honest with you, Kate. That's an occasion where a drop would have been a whole lot better than a completion. Couldn't find the way back to the line, and it's a rare pass that actually loses yardage.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning at the Inner Harbor. The Ravens trailing on the scoreboard.
Let's go, let's go.
3rd and 4 coming up now.
Get on. Shut up.
A tight end in motion now.
Shut up.
Play action. Here's Jackson. He'll get this to Henry. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it, it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Staring at fourth down, the Ravens will go with Justin Tucker to try for 3. From the left hash, 54 yards out. And that one is not where he needed it to be. It is off and no good. And the deficit stays at 7.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
Cincinnati just about set for its next offensive possession. They seem likely to carry the lead into the locker room, but some points here to end the half could make things even more comfortable.
Here we go. Here we go. Stop.
1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Headed out right. Now here he goes. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
On one, ready?
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Burrow out of the shotgun. He rolls to his right. He calls his own number again. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Giving that tackle to Kyle Van Noy.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. And that's incomplete, and it also stops the clock with just 5 seconds left.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is, because he just dodged a major turnover. That was an easy pick that was simply dropped.
Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. And it stays a one-possession game at 7 points.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
Here comes the final play of our first half. Looking to throw. And for the first time, one of his throws doesn't find a home. It's incomplete, but boy, what a streak he had to begin this game.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Hardy on the return. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. The Raven offense headed out for this first series of the second half. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Pistol snap to Jackson. Taken in by Likely. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
2nd and 3 now.
Hey, report.
Third quarter starts with a run from Henry. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. He gets 6 on that play. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Running once more with Henry. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Forward.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Sit hard, Sit hard. Sit hard.
From the gun, Jackson. This finds Likely. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum to keep that defense on its heels.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Trying down the middle with Henry. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. That was Geno Stone up there to make that play. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
DC, ready?
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Hey, Alpha, sit hard. Sit hard.
Slot man in motion left.
Sit hard.
Lamar now from the gun. Andrews with the catch. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10.
Sit hard.
They run it with King Henry, and he's brought down for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Omar, ready?
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
180.
Another run for Henry. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Jermaine Pratt with the play defensively. They'll get that yard back, but no more. It's 3rd and 10.
Alpha, sit hard.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Jermaine Pratt picks it. All right, defense did its job. Forced the offense into a 3rd and long, and that, in large part, partner, led to that interception.
Such a dichotomy, Kate, in so many ways. Offensively, we hear all the time what? Stay on schedule, avoid these situations. Defensive coaches, you know what they say, earn the right to rush the passer, earn the right to make them one-dimensional, and when you do, go pay it off. And they did in the biggest of ways with that huge INT.
Here come the Bengals to take over once again. They could only set up a lengthy field goal attempt their last possession, Brock, so some room to improve in how far they can advance the football here. And again, Brock, the play clock expires. What is going on down there?
Delay of game, offense.
A little slow to operate the offense, and they're going to back it up as a result of that penalty.
Still first down.
They'll have to come up with 5 extra yards now after that first down flag. Looking to throw, Burrow. Chased out to his right. Now he throws deep across the field, left side. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got second down.
The offense not shy about sending them downfield to try and stretch that secondary. Even still, one of the deeper targets you'll see him get. It's a shame they couldn't find a connection.
Here we go.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Here's Burrow. Forced out to his right. This one taken in by Chase. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one goes for 25 yards. And it'll be first down, Bengals.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up.
Delay of game, offense.
Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0.
Here we go.
Burrow. Oh, he got free. Bails out of the pocket quick.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Cincinnati uses its second timeout. And they'll likely be very protecting of the only one they've got remaining. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. To throw again, it's Burrow. Escapes the pocket. He's on the move. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Here we go, here we go.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Burrow to the air now. Escapes the sack. Finds his man Chase. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Time and again, receivers will tell their quarterbacks, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Just throw it up and give me the opportunity. Well, in this case, with even 2 defenders trying to cover that wide receiver, couldn't get it done.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. Second down. Burrow back to throw. He's on the move. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Here we go, here we go.
Throwing is Burrow. Flushed out of the pocket. Gets out of trouble. Ravens swooping in, and they bring him down. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Not sure what else you want this quarterback to do, Kate. Poke through defenders, scramble, find time, doing all he can, yet nowhere to go. Tell you what, that's the hardest this defense has worked for a sack in a long time, and he did take a little out of their legs.
The Bengals send out the punting unit. And they could really use a good one here. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. Call that a punt of 47 yards. And they're going to take over possession. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Henry gets it here to start the drive. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Mike Hilton getting up there for the tackle. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the gun, a run for Henry. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. And he stopped, so that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd. 3 quarters in the books from this one. It's the Ravens' ball. They come in trailing, but that lead is within reach. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Out of the option, he's going to keep it going right. And he winds up with a solid gain down past the 45. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. That one gains 7. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
They're set up at the 35 now. Motioning one of the tight ends. 1st down, here's Lamar. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it...
For the tire win later, first they've got to reach that end zone. It's 1st and goal.
180.
Now Jackson off the play action. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the pressure drives them backwards.
Well, now this is certainly going to make second and goal considerably more difficult. He could have gotten rid of it to avoid the big loss, but give some credit here to the defense as well. That pressure was suffocating, and it's going to make it a more difficult now second and goal situation.
Headed in the wrong direction, Brock, as they take second and goal now from the 13. Out of the gun, Henry. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
So now, here's third and goal. Here's Lamar. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away.
You know, that's an example right there where you just simply got to be on the same page with each other and get both ends of the play right to execute. They want that one back.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And that brings things a little closer here late.
This is a case of, well, just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the 3, let your kicker get some points, and make it a hair closer in the box score.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Returning it from the 4. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Bengals and Joe Burrow all set to take over. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Flag down. This could be a free opportunity for the offense. On the move, looking deep down the middle. That's grabbed inside the 30.
Offside. Defense.
Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him. Now, a great way for the offense to start the drive, Brock. A free 5 yards, and now a much shorter 1st down. Buying some time right. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete. That was Jamar Chase he was looking for there. And that sets up 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
From the 29. On the move, headed right. Oh, look at this, here he goes. The lateral goes haywire, it's out. And this is picked up by the Ravens.
You know, Kate, I don't always think it comes to people's minds how much execution there is in a lateral. Right, you see it out on the playground, Little League football, people tossing the ball around. Well, there's a reason you don't get away with it in the NFL, because if you're not right on the spot, well, the defense can make you pay, and they do right there.
1st down throw for Jackson. He's got Andrews. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Second and 3 now. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Connects with Bateman. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. That's a pickup of 9. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Here's Henry running left. In the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. no progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Lamar off the play fake. And he has the catch, gets both feet in, that's a touchdown! The Ravens take a 4th quarter lead. Wow, just fantastic work there. Tiptoeing along the back line. The concentration was there. Great catch for 6.
Yeah, the concentration and the body control. I don't know how these receivers do it in this day and age. There's no space to work with, yet they have such an awareness to secure it first, tap dance the line, and go get that touchdown.
Pretty important PAT here, Brock, to make it a field goal game. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens push their lead to 3. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. So now here comes the Bengals on offense. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. Play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense.
Delay of game, offense.
Can't get the playoff in time, and I'm going to wager the call is going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap.
Still first down.
Set him back 5. It's 1st and 15 after the penalty. Burrow from the gun. Buys time, rolling right. Completes this one to Chase. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
The final timeout taken by the Bengals. And they'll have to navigate the rest of the way without being able to stop the clock at will.
I'm one, ready?
The time is there, but the timeouts are not. Gotta be smart. It's 1st and 10. Headed out right. On the move, looking deep down the middle. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
On 2nd and 10, Burrow again. Throwing the out route complete. And he has them a first down, which they will tackle on the other side of this 2-minute warning.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands, but he dropped it. It's incomplete. Second down coming up.
Here we go.
Setting up to pass. Chased out to his right. Now he takes it. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
Now, that's a situation. May have worked out better if he'd thrown the ball. His running ability gets him a chunk of yards, but still some work to do to get that first down.
Try and push it deep downfield. And he will score. It's a Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals have taken the lead late. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
A chance to take their lead beyond a field goal on this point after. And it's good, so they take the lead, and the extra point buys them some breathing room. A field goal does not tie it now.
17.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Short kick gathered in at the 15. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Now Baltimore returning its offense to the field of play. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown.
Quick.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
It's hot.
Here he is to throw. This one's caught. It's Andrews near the sideline. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 4.
He'll look to throw it. Bateman hauls it in. Down to the 10. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens jump in front late. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. The Bengals headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget.
I'm fine, ready?
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Forced out to his right. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. Clean breakup on that throw. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Here we go.
Burrow out of the shotgun. Fights off the pressure. Got his target, it's Higgins. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Now to throw. Sheds off a rusher. But will he? No, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. And the defense comes through. 4th down, that much tougher.
Here we go, here we go.
Looking to throw it. He rolls to his right. Trying to push it deep downfield. He's got it at the 30. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. This is the type of performance a former quarterback, just like yourself, Brock, can marvel at. He's carried a great performance through much of this game. Even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down, none of it mattered.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because these moments the game does slow down. It is so fast on the field for the normal person, but when a QB's in a rhythm like this, the game is slow and he is dicing it.
Big moment coming up for Evan McPherson on this attempt. From the right hash, about 45 yards out. It's a fake, pitch into the tight end. And they'll bring him down. The fake does not work. Final seconds on that clock. There's a timeout. We'll have to wait just a touch longer to close this one out. Evan McPherson on for the Bengals field goal. This will be a 44-yard look. He didn't get enough into it. Oh, it just comes down shy of the crossbar. So it ends as a win for the Ravens. And, partner, I know you took down plenty of division rivals in your NFL days. Heck, your conference opponents back in Washington in your college days. Always makes the win a little bit sweeter when it comes against a rival, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's just a little bit more emotion. There just is. I mean, you try to keep every game level, and no opponent's bigger than the other, but familiarity does breed a little more content. And we could feel it today. That's why that W is a little bit sweeter.
So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Ravens are your winners, as we say so long from Baltimore. Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Ooh, a little movement along the line there. That's going to cost the defense 5 yards. So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Yo, middle.
Henry. And he's across for the touchdown. And that flag is not going to stop his celebration. They know that's an offsides call.
Offside. Defense.
Got to the end zone with a free play, so they will, of course, decline offsides and take the points. Justin Tucker to try the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Ravens tie this game 7-7. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Return starts at the 3. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Another drive coming up for this offense. And they were not blessed with the short field they got on their prior drive. This one is a world away as they begin deep on their own side. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's Burrow. Bails out of the pocket quick. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Burrow. Flushed out of the pocket. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And that's incomplete. He's going to wish he hung on to that pick there, but it's still going to bring up 4th down. Woo, very fortunate that didn't go as a turnover. So that brings up 4th and long. They bring on the punt team, and they get this kick away. And he'll haul in this punt. Fair catch made at the 45-yard line. So no return on that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson bails out of the pocket quick. He's going to keep it this time. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
Well, there was no sense in taking a risk down the field when a 1st down was just a run away. They'll get to reset now and figure out just how they want to attack a new set of downs.
And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Stop made by Sam Hubbard. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They go play fake with Jackson. Complete Derrick Henry. Nowhere really for him to go. He steps out, and they're going to lose some yardage.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Here's Jackson to throw. Dialing up a receiver screen. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I'll tell you, that is a humbling moment to see a completed 3rd down pass actually go backwards instead of towards the sticks.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
Hey, think about this for a second, Kate. This league's been around for over 100 years, and we've only seen a field goal of this length a little over 20 times. That is a short list. The number of guys in the league who could be trusted to hit from 60, and an even shorter list the ones who get the chance to try it.
Here we go.
First down, Burrow to throw. Escapes the pocket. He's keeping it. Oh, he trucked that defender. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 38 out of the play. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down. That'll be the end of one in this AFC North battle. Just a field goal separates these two. Time for our second quarter. It'll be Bengals football to begin. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Flushed out of the pocket. Ravens swoop it in and they bring him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Kate, it's so common that we talk about quarterbacks flushing a negative play, but defenses have to do the same thing as well. When you give up a big play, you got to regroup, you got to calm yourself, and you got to know it's all about the next play. And delivering a sack like that certainly helps.
Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. Trying again following the sack. And that's incomplete, and he's happy to have that one fall compared to, well, the alternative. Looked like it was going to be tipped there.
Here we go.
Man in motion here. Here he is on 3rd and long. Flush down out to his left. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
No return on that punt. And the Ravens will take over with a lot of field ahead of them. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Slot man motioned over. They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. Pick up of a few as he heads out of bounds.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second down now, 7 to go. Lamar now from the gun. He's on the move. He's running with it. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it stopped. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
Hey, Alfred. Hey, Ozzy. You at X. You at 13.
This set of downs starts with an option right. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Gets this one to Andrews. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Look at Cam Taylor-Britt getting up there to track that one down.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the gun. Here's Jackson. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
When a play breaks down, every once in a while, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on that ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that one.
Hey, report.
New set of downs for him from the 46. On first down, Jackson. He's on the move. Now here he goes again. And they can't jump to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a pickup of 26. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the first down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
The drive picks up here, first and 10. Man in motion, headed right. Lamar off the play fake. Hauled in left side. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. Finds him over the middle. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's first and 10. They bring a tight end in motion right. First down, here's Lamar. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Well, partner, I think this defense had enough. This QB has been getting out of the pocket and doing damage with his legs. But not this time. Great pursuit, great effort, and they're able to wrap him up for the sack.
Offense to the line for second down.
What is it? You. Hey, middle. Go ahead.
Takes off right out of the read option. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Sam Hubbard on the tackle. Tackled back at the 28-yard line.
Quick, ready?
That brings us to the 2-minute warning at the Inner Harbor. The Ravens looking for a score before halftime. And the Bengals bringing out a fifth DB. They're in the nickel, third down.
Ready?
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
You know, a couple of my favorite nicknames, Kate, over the last decade in football. The Legion of Boom, obviously, out in Seattle. But how about the no-fly zone that was cooking in Denver? That right there, that is a no-fly zone. Trying to make the play in the end zone, and a beautiful job by the defender to knock it away.
Staring at fourth down, the Ravens will go with Justin Tucker to try for 3. It's 45 yards he'll try to connect from. Bullock's kick is good. And that'll double their lead to 6.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And he's out of bounds up across the 25. Now outruns their offense to take over. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. and set, 1st and 10. Burrow from the gun. On the move, headed right. That throw finds Jamar Chase. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Excellent pickup to move the chains, 36 yards in the end.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Down inside the 40 now with a 1st down following that last play. Burrow back to throw. Buying some time right. He tucks it and takes off. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
Oh, man, those defensive players hate slippery quarterbacks. Near impossible to keep them hedged in or corral them behind the line there. He evades them long enough to turn a potential loss into positive yardage.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Burrow setting up the play action. And he loses control of the interception in the end zone. Could have taken away some potential points, but instead, new life, 3rd down.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That's caught for the 1st. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Get set. Stop.
Throwing it just before halftime. He can run it. And that's a touchdown. At least for the moment, Brock. But there's a flag out there. I think that they might wipe this one away.
Illegal forward pass. Offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Reports. It was Derrick Henry, as he normally does, making his impact felt in that 1st half.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Return starts from the 16. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. Here comes the Baltimore offense to begin quarter number 3. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. First and 10 now from the 30. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. First and 10. Here's Jackson. That's taken in by Henry.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can you get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
Second and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Receiver in motion, headed right. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Brought down by Trey Hendrickson. No gain that time, and now they'll face 3rd and 11.
Assignments were tested, and they were ready for it defensively. That's an excellent stop at the line. And it's going to make this offense seriously question revisiting that call.
Extra DB out there for the Bengals. 3rd down coming. One of the tight ends in motion left. Jackson now on 3rd. And the Bengals are too much. They take him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Okay, you hear me in my talk back all the time with our producer saying, hey, circle that play. Hey, you just never know. You just never know in this league, in these games that are so close, which can be the play that really sparks the turnaround. And defensively, you needed to get off the field. Defensively, you wanted to give the ball back to your offense in a one-score game, and that 3rd down sack, well, it just did it.
And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up, past their own 30. Nice return there, 15 yards gained. And it'll be Bengals football. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
Here we go.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Headed out right. On target to his man Higgins. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That's a 38-yard play for him to move the sticks.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. That's Gesicki. He's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Here we go.
They'll motion a tight end left. Working inside the red zone. And he will score. It's a Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals get 6 points for themselves. Joe Burrow with the touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Now with the play clock low, Zach Taylor hurriedly calls a timeout, as that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Didn't get that one off in time. This is going to be a delay of game.
Delay of game, offense.
A little slow to operate the offense, and they're going to back it up as a result of that penalty. They'll try the extra point one more time. That kick a whole lot easier after that penalty, right? And he sent it through.
Bengals 14, Ravens 13.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Returning from the 18-yard line. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Baltimore running its offense out now. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Hey, Alpha, sit hot.
They'll start this series with an option left. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
Not that he needed to, but he'll always try and remind people that he's a threat running it, in addition to slinging it all over the field.
Lamar out of the pistol. He completes it in traffic. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Throwing now on 1st down, it's Jackson. He'll get this to Henry. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
You ready?
2nd and 3 now.
180.
From the 47. Bails out of the pocket quick. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But, of course, we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
3rd and long for him here. Escapes the pocket. They'll make a bid for it on the ground. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
As much as you like to find a completion and get the ball out of your hands, when a play breaks down, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on his ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Here's Henry on the option. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
And he's brought down for a loss.
That is teaching tape for a linebacker. Read, react, and finish.
To the air, 3rd and long. He's on the move. He takes it himself. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
I can tell you what, that was the goal from the moment he took off. Kept his eyes locked on the chains and made sure he set them up with a new set of downs. Well done.
1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Henry on the catch. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Mike Hilton getting up there for the tackle.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. But one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Hey, Ozzy, shut up.
Lamar now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did. Wasted no time in getting that sack.
The Bengals obviously thinking pass here on 3rd down. They're going to counter with a dime look. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Searches from the pocket. Steps up, and he's running with it. And a nice gain here, but it's stopped short of the 1st.
You know, that may have been a situation when you look back on it, he watches the tape the next day, that he's got to find a way to throw the ball because his running ability, while it gets him some yards, is not enough to get the 1st down.
Staring at 4th down, the Ravens will go with Justin Tucker to try for 3. It's a 36-yard look from the left hash. Tucker's kick is up and good. And they've taken back the lead.
He connects now for a 3rd time, and that's the biggest of the 3 field goals he's made in this contest. Gives him the lead. Now you turn the keys over to your defense to try and protect it.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Kickoff taken at the 3. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. Now this offense getting set to work here. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air. So expect some tighter coverage this time around. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. He rolls to his right. Now here he goes. Escapes a defender. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Well, I can promise you, that was the goal from the moment he took off. He kept his eyes locked on the chains. It's almost like he had a spidey sense. He knew exactly where to get in order to move the sticks and get that critical 1st down.
Gun.
They're set up at the 35 now. First down, Burrow to throw. Buys time, rolling right. Taking off with it again. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Bengals football, and they know what they need to do, trailing here in the 4th. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. They kick the running back in motion. 1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Chased out to his right. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
Burrow throwing again on 2nd and 10. Getting out to his left. This is caught inside the 15. How about a big hitter, 30, 40 yards there and a new set of downs.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
I'm one, ready?
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So that brings up 2nd down.
You know, that is so hard to do. That's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
Cincinnati uses its 2nd timeout. We'll see how judicious they choose to be with that final timeout. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. To throw again, it's Burrow. He brings it in. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
Okay, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that. That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they take the lead in the 4th quarter.
Well, I tell you what, you get to this time of the game, you've got to have that reliable kicker on the sideline to turn things over to. That's the definition of clutch right there as they take the lead.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Hardy on the return. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. The Ravens trotting out their offense. And they brought out their kicker for a field goal their last possession. This time they'll look to bring him out for an extra point instead. They send a tight end in motion. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Into the hands of Likely. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
This is Henry on 2nd. And he'll get it up to the 44. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
You know what I like about a 2nd and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a 1st down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
On 1st down, Jackson. Dumped off to his running back. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly, as a check down outlet on short throws.
They go play fake with Jackson. Escapes the pocket. He's on the move. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
First down throw for Jackson. Gets this one to Andrews. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Just stay on schedule. Just stay on schedule, right? SOS. Bad thing on a ship. Good thing on a football field. Even a little completion keeps this offense on schedule.
Lamar off to play fake. That's taken in by Henry. And he's tackled for no gain.
You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is the completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, the big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers. That time, a running back in the flat.
He'll throw it. He's on the move. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up fourth down. The Ravens getting ready for the punt. Absolutely crushed his first punt, and here's another huge one. This punt out of bounds on the fly. We're waiting for the mark. Looks like they're going to say it's short of the 30. Ball at the 33 for first down.
Here we go, here we go.
Burrow out of the shotgun. Flushed out of the pocket. And he's there to send that one away. Incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. And now they face second down. Burrow from the gun. Forced out to his right. And that's nearly intercepted, but couldn't hang on. Just a harmless incompletion. It's third down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Here we go.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
We don't get a return out of that punt, and it'll be their football. Now the Ravens all set for another possession. Now their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Looking right, and he finds him. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
10 yards on the pickup. And second and inches at the 34-yard line.
Options are open here. It's second and inches. From the 34. Hits his running back. And he has them a first down, which they will tackle on the other side of this 2-minute warning. He'll look to throw it. Escapes the pocket. Breaks the tackle. Green grass ahead. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Hey, Alpha, it's hot.
Setting up to pass. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Logan Wilson has it.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game without 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
The offense headed back to the field. Their defense held, clinging to the slimmest of leads, Brock, and now that lead entrusted to this offense, asking them to just run out that clock.
And now the last thing this offense wants to do, really the only thing it can't do, is make an unforced error and turn it over.
On 2.
Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Escapes out to the left. Finds his man Chase. And they make the tackle at the 38. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. New set of downs for him at the 38. Straight ahead, it's Brown. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. Timeout taken by the defense. Their 2nd. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now.
Here we go.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. It's victory formation the rest of the way for the Bengals, who take a knee. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. This won't run out the clock just yet, Brock. They're going to have to kneel again after this one.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed out the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can. There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You can just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
This one's not looking good, and it looks... Too far left, and their lead will remain unchanged in the 4th.
Gosh, it didn't look like anything was wrong with that snap or hold either. He just rushed it a bit, and it winds up off the mark.
Their offense running back out now. And we'll see if they go right back to the passing game here, coming off an interception they threw in enemy territory. Finds him over the middle. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Clock's still running as the Ravens try hurrying everyone up. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. So the Bengals take this one on the road. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. And with Brock Heward and our EA...
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Miami Dolphins and the Cincinnati Bengals. Next on Madden NFL 25.
Let's roll.
With the Ohio River and the hills of Kentucky just to our right, we welcome you into Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles kickoff moments away. Quickly, what are you watching in this one?
The offensive line for both teams, because both teams have a terrific pass rush. They've got to keep their passers upright. If they have a chance to do that, they can both thrive on offense and move the ball downfield.
are set to go. Evan McPherson to do the honors, and we are underway from Cincinnati.
And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.